You are all, and many of us are victims of the Schumer shutdown. Senator, I was just quoting Hakeem Jeffries in his attack on Caroline Leavitt, suggesting she shouldn't be talking about all of these issues in the middle of a shutdown. Why are we in the middle of a shutdown? Why is there anything that is stopping the American government from going back into full operating procedures?
Well, because quite frankly, the Democrat Party is ruled by the extremists in their base who do not want to accept the results of the November 2024 election. They want to pretend that President Trump didn't win the popular vote, didn't have an electoral landslide, didn't win all 7 swing states, and they just refused to do anything that President Trump has done, to support anything that President Trump has done. And we should recap what he's done, Bob, because I think it's important. He secured our border. For the first time in my lifetime, we actually have a secure border for this country. He regained our sovereignty as a nation that had been lost under Joe Biden. He's lowered the price of gasoline. Why? Because we have done exactly what he said, drill, baby, drill. We are now the largest producer of oil in the world by a lot. He's negotiated 9 peace deals all over the world, 1 more to go, and he'll get it done. He's gotten the most transformative piece of legislation across the finish line, our Working Families Tax Cut Act, that eliminated taxes on tips, on overtime, gave relief to seniors, increased the child tax credit. So these are the things that he's done that have just been so transformational. What have the Democrats done? Block us every step of the way. Every single procedural hurdle they can put in our way, they've put in there. What do they want to reopen the government that we've voted for 10 times in a row to reopen? They want $1.5 trillion worth of spending, Bob, including illegals having health care, transgender surgeries, abortion on demand, refunding of USAID. They've lost their ever-living mind, and we're going to see that on full display tomorrow.
Well, you're exactly right about that. They have done all of those things. But, Senator, the left is telling us, including the media, they're telling us that, no, you guys are lying. You Republicans are lying about all those things. The federal government does not provide Medicaid and health insurance for illegal aliens. You're making that up. Now, can you just make this as simple and clear as possible for those who do not know, or those who do know, but they don't know how to fight back against the left, who are calling them liars? How are they funding illegal aliens?
Sure, I'll answer that. But you know what's funny about that position that the Democrats have? Back in their 2020 election, they were all very proud of the fact that they would provide health care to illegals, right? So let's just get that out of the way. They lie with impunity. But here's how they do it, Bob. It's very simple. States like California and New York, what they do is they use Medicaid funding, federal funding, to cover the cost of illegal health care through emergency rooms. Because what they'll say is, Bob, it's cruel. And by the way, this tiny point, they're correct, which is, if somebody comes in an emergency room having, obviously some life-threatening event, you don't go through a citizenship test. Of course, we treat them. Nationally, 5% of all health care money is spent in emergency rooms. In California, that number is 35%. So it's the cruel irony on 2 fronts. They're using emergency rooms, making American citizens wait in line, by the way. That's why emergency room visits can take 6, 7, 8 hours. If you've ever been there, you know what I mean. And we reimburse hospitals at a higher rate through a normal process. So we're spending more money, making Americans wait, and taking U.S. taxpayer dollars and helping non-citizens. This is insanity. This is not what Americans want.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.